There is a health metric that most of us don't track. It's not on your watch, it's not in an app. It's the number of people you could call at 2 in the morning with a real problem. And for millions of men, that number is dropping. Nobody tells you this, but the slow fade of close friendship isn't just a sad feeling you get on a quiet Tuesday night. It is a measurable risk factor for your health, on par with things we track obsessively. And understanding the simple mechanics of how friendship actually works is the key to rebuilding it. Let's look at the hard numbers, because they tell a story. In the early 90s, about 3% of men reported having zero close friends. Fast forward 3 decades, and that number has jumped to 15%. That is a 5-fold increase. At the same time, the share of men with a big social circle, say 6 or more close friends, was cut in half, dropping from over 50% to just over a quarter. This isn't about 1 or 2 people moving away. It's a structural change. The social safety nets that were once woven into daily life have quietly unraveled, leaving more people walking a high wire alone. This is where it stops being a social issue and becomes a health issue. Your body keeps the score. Major scientific reviews, gathering data from millions of people, have found a stark connection. Loneliness and social isolation are linked to a roughly 25 to 30% higher risk of dying early from any cause. To put that in perspective, that's a risk level comparable to well-known factors like smoking or obesity. It's not just in your head, it's in your cells. Isolation acts like a chronic, low-grade stressor that wears down your body's systems over time. So why does a lack of friends show up in your arteries? Studies link social isolation to a nearly 30% higher risk of coronary heart disease and a 32% higher risk for stroke. One key mechanism is inflammation. Your stress response system, which evolved to handle short-term threats, can get stuck in the on position without the buffer of social connection. This constant state of alert can promote chronic inflammation, which contributes to plaque buildup in your blood vessels. A simple text from a friend, a regular pickup game, these aren't just distractions. They are signals to your nervous system to stand down, to rest and repair. And we have to talk about the highest stakes. In 2022 in the United States, nearly 50,000 lives were lost to suicide, and almost 80% of them were men. Men die by suicide at a rate nearly 4 times that of women. Disconnection is not the only cause, not by a long shot, but it is a powerful catalyst. It removes the guardrails. It quiets the friend who would have said, "Hey, you don't seem like yourself lately." It silences the nudge to seek professional help. It creates an echo chamber where problems can feel permanent and unsolvable. This is important. If you or anyone you know is struggling or may be at risk of self-harm, please pause this and seek professional help immediately. Contact a local crisis line or emergency services. Your life is profoundly valuable, and there is help available right now. Making that call is a sign of strength. So if the stakes are this high, what do we do? We have to stop thinking about friendship as a magical spark and start seeing it as an engine we can build. The 2 main parts of that engine are proximity and repetition. A famous old study of student housing at MIT found something remarkable. People didn't become friends with those they had the most in common with. They became friends with the people whose doors they passed most often. Your next-door neighbor was far more likely to become a close friend than someone just a few apartments down the hall. The secret ingredient wasn't chemistry. It was repeated, unplanned, low-stakes interaction. The second part of the engine is shared activity. For many men, the pressure of a face-to-face, let's talk coffee can feel like a job interview. But a shoulder-to-shoulder activity, working on a car, playing a sport, volunteering, even just going for a walk, changes the dynamic. The activity carries the conversation. It creates natural pauses, gives you something to talk about, and lowers the stakes. The small talk that happens while you're focused on something else is often where the real connection gets built, quietly and without pressure. So let's make this practical. Your first lever is to install one recurring ritual. Stop trying to find the perfect time in everyone's chaotic schedule. Instead, create a default. A standing Wednesday run, a Saturday morning coffee at the same diner, a weekly pickup game at the local court. The rule is simple. The event happens, same time, same place, no matter what. Whoever shows up, shows up. This removes the endless back and forth of scheduling and makes connection automatic. It turns a question mark into a period. Consider the story of a new father in his mid-30s. He realized months had gone by without a single real conversation with another man that wasn't about work. Feeling the drift, he texted 3 old co-workers with a simple proposal. Run. My house, Wednesday, 7 a.m., rain or shine. I'm going either way. The first week, 1 guy showed up. The second week, 2. By the 6th week, they had a core group of 5. A simple group chat, and a ritual of grabbing sandwiches on the curb afterward. The runs themselves weren't deep therapy sessions, but over miles and sandwiches, they started talking about babysitters, job frustrations, and eventually, one member quietly admitted he was struggling and got the support he needed to get help. The structure did what good intentions alone never could. Your second lever is even simpler, and it's based on a powerful psychological insight. We consistently and dramatically underestimate how much other people appreciate being reached out to. Researchers call this the appreciation gap. That 2-line text you hesitate to send, thinking it's awkward or you're bothering them, it lands with far more warmth and impact than you predict. It's a tiny action that says, "You crossed my mind." That small deposit in a social bank account can reopen a door both of you wanted to walk through anyway. Your third lever is for when you want to deepen a connection with a neighbor, a new teammate, or an old friend you've drifted from. You can intentionally accelerate closeness. A protocol developed by psychologists showed that about 45 minutes of structured, escalating self-disclosure can create a feeling of connection that might otherwise take months to develop. Don't make it weird. Frame it as a game. Grab a deck of questions or find a list online. Set a timer, take turns, and answer prompts that move from light, "What's a perfect day for you?" to slightly deeper, "What's something you're proud of?" It's not therapy. It's just a ladder that helps a conversation climb past the usual small talk. Now, a few quick important caveats. Most of the big studies linking loneliness and mortality are observational. They show a powerful correlation, but can't definitively prove cause and effect. Also, how you define a close friend can vary, so the exact percentages can shift between surveys. This isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. Friendship styles differ across cultures and individuals. And above all, this is about building healthy habits, not a substitute for professional medical or mental health advice. So here is the one idea to take with you. Treat your social health the way you treat your physical health. Treat connection like sleep or exercise. It's a practice, not a prize. It's built from small, consistent, scheduled reps. You don't need perfect words or grand gestures. You just need to show up at the same place, around the same time, again and again. You have to build the structure that makes connection inevitable instead of hoping that it happens by accident. The returns, for your mind and your body, compound over a lifetime. If this idea shifted something for you, subscribe to Knowledge Worth Sharing. We unpack one powerful idea you can actually use every single week. Take care of yourself and your people. I'll see you next time.